So I've been trying to draw, that's a key word there, trying to draw like one Da Vinci drawing a day if possible. Trying to. That's still a key word there. So today I saw this one. It looked like a man who was yelling, and I thought, that looks good. Let's try that. It's also like a profile drawing. And so my students haven't done many of those portrait type. They've done straightforward view and then 3/4. So I'm thinking students can do now a profile as well, and this is a very dynamic profile because the person is yelling. So I'm starting off right there in the front with the nose, and I'll make a lot of changes. But if you look at Leonardo da Vinci's drawings, not that I am in any way saying that I am anywhere as good as he is at drawing, he makes lots of changes in his drawings. So go look up how he did these, and you'll see that there are a lot of changes in some of his drawings. I'm hoping that by drawing more and more of them, I'll get better at drawing in this style, which I really like. But it just seems to take time, so you have to just really work at it. And so what I'm hoping students will do is take their time with their drawing and not stop just because there's a problem with it. Just keep working through it. They may not get it to look exactly or even a whole lot like the actual thing they're trying to create a replica of, but I think by working their way through it, they'll learn a lot. Right there, I'm learning how to draw the mouth like it's yelling. I'm not sure this one particular looks like the one that Leonardo did, but that's what I want students to do, is to draw a mouth in a profile view looking like it's yelling on a face. So when I saw that one, I was like, yes, I haven't done anything like that. Now there's another one on there I'm going to try to do where the face is tilted forward and the eyes are looking down. I haven't done that one yet. So that's coming up too. And I have to look to make sure which kind of animals he actually drew, or somebody just draws animals like him. But I want to get the ones that he actually did drawings of, and then I'll do some too. Now I'm really struggling with how the chin and the neck go. But see, that's when you're struggling like this on a drawing, then you're learning. If you're not struggling, then are you learning anything new? Probably not. So my struggling through this is part of my learning process, and one of my go-tos when I really just can't figure out where anything goes is just to smudge the whole paper and then try to pull out some highlights. It works for me. You might try it too. I don't have I do have some shading stumps, but I don't use them because a lot of my students don't have shading stumps at home. But I intend on trying to draw maybe one Leonardo da Vinci drawing per day for a while. I'm going to draw something other than just faces. I think I saw where he had drawn a duck, and so I'm going to try that. Make sure that is one of his actual drawings though, and not somebody's trying to draw like him. I saw some that looked like, I thought they were his, but no, they were done by another artist, that one of a bunch of dogs, and so I didn't do it. I want to be able to have my style patterned after Leonardo da Vinci's at this time. Now later on I'll probably try to emulate some other artists, but for now I'm just sticking with this one and a bunch of their works that they did. And I may never ever get to where it looks like his work, but that's my goal. That you have to have a goal, and my goal is to try to get it to look like the work of Leonardo da Vinci. Well, I'm using regular number 2 pencils, and they're cheap, and cheap copy paper, so I'm going to have a hard time with trying to get the effects that he was able to create in his artworks. Now on his head, you can't really see the hair. It's like he's wearing a hat or something, or a cap. I almost think it's a cap. He's wearing a white cap, so you can't see what's going on up there at the top. But if he wasn't wearing a cap, I would have just drawn it as if he wasn't wearing one at all. Now, some of this video is just going on and on. It's a little long, but what I want you to pay attention to is, because videos about 16 minutes, is how I'm spending so much time on it. And that's what I want to infer in my students, is spend time on your drawings. Really put the time into it and really observe it. Like you think that's where a part of it goes, but it's not really. It actually goes somewhere else. You have to be okay with just erasing parts of it and putting it in a different place. It might mess it up, but then again, it might be okay. I notice how it goes lightest lights to darkest darks as it goes back toward the back of the face. So I'm trying to get that with the graphite pencil. I may not be able to get it really as dark as that goes though. But I have some indication of that. I'm not going to start using get out the ebony pencil, because a lot of people don't have ebony pencils at home, and so that wouldn't be fair to draw with one of those when a lot of my students don't have that kind of equipment. What I'm doing now is comparing it. How is it different? How is it similar to the original? And you have to just say, I can push this some more. I think the eyes are off. I think the eyes are off. I'm going to fix the eyes and make them look better. They may be in the wrong position. The nose may be in the wrong position. The mouth may not be just right. And I don't think it was. I think in the drawing by Leonardo, he's actually screaming loudly. The one I got, it looks like he's about ready to talk. So I kind of failed on this one. I would call it a failure, because he doesn't look like he's screaming. But I'm learning from my failure. It's not a terrible failure. I'll do another one and another one. Eventually, hopefully, I'll get better at drawing this way. But that's going to be one of the things, is to do a portrait in not 3/4, but in profile. And I would like for you to do this one, because I really don't want you drawing people right now when you're just starting to draw portraits. I'd rather you draw people you don't know and don't care about, because when you start trying to draw people you care about, you put things in places and on the face that just don't work. You're not objective about it as much as you need to be. So you need to be more objective in your artwork. So that's my hope, is that you can get that in there. And I don't think that eye is just right. I'm going to have to work on that. See, that's what it is. It's all about just taking your time. So if you want to skip back to the end of this video, you can, or further on in, because it does look better as I go along, but I have to struggle through it. And like I said, the struggling through this is how part of the learning process. You say, okay, now I got to put that there, this here. And I really think you can learn to draw like other artists by just copying their style. And the reason I say that is it's been done throughout history. People have been copying the styles of great artists throughout all of time. So I don't think you can go wrong by doing something like this. If I made 10 more of these, it would probably be better. So if I needed to, I would. I don't think this one's too bad though. I mean, it kind of looks a bit like it. So that's what I want you to do, is I want you to draw a profile portrait of a person. They don't have to be yelling. And I would really like for you though, if you would, and this would be wonderful, is to actually draw this one. You don't even have to look for a picture. I got it right here, along with the assignment. So draw Leonardo DaVinci in profile. And try to use a lot of different values in it. Don't just make it a simple line contour drawing. I don't think we're ready to put in color on it yet, though. Now, if you're an art too and you want to do this drawing and then add color, that would be awesome. But for drawing one students, I think it's best to just try to master the skill of drawing the best you can, so that later on when you paint, you'll have that as a background to go by. Painting is a whole other level on top of drawing, and so I think it really helps for you to know how to draw. It's coming along. It just takes a while. And that mouth down there, I was like, I'm doing this wrong. And then the nose, the shape, that's just not right. The whole time I'm drawing, I think there's a hook, a little hook in his nose up there. Not like a literal hook, but a little notch right up there where it goes in. I think I got that. But I don't know if the shading around it is exactly right, because I don't think in the other one it's anywhere near like that. And then the back of the neck is like light and then really dark. And I may have overdone it. You gotta get that eye just right too. I think I get a pretty good idea of it. It just takes time to put it in there just right. If I did another one of these, I'm pretty sure it would be better. I'm gonna try to do a different one of his tomorrow. Because I don't think you can go wrong, since all the other artists throughout history have copied him. I mean, you might as well copy the guy who everybody copied. It just makes sense if you're wanting to learn to draw. Well, until the time of the Impressionist movement. Now, like when I was drawing those hands, which I didn't think were all that great, I think I elongated them and made them more like what El Greco's hands would look like if he were drawing a portrait. So I didn't really mean to do that. But yeah, this one's coming along. I can kind of get an idea. It kind of looks like the other one. I really like his style, though. I mean, he does the subtlest of shading in parts and modeling of light, and it's just phenomenal. And by drawing like him, I've learned so much already. So yeah, I'm just watching it as it's coming along. I'm trying to think, is that nose too short? Is it too long? I probably should just leave it alone. I think at this point right now, I'm overworking this drawing. I should probably just say I'm done. But there is that danger. You can push your drawings too far. Then there's also the thing where you just give up to start with. Don't give up to start with. And if you can, don't push your drawing past the point where it will not look right. So that's overworking it. You'll know as you get older and do more artwork how you can push a drawing past its limits of where it would look good, where it looks complete. So you don't really want to do that. But anyway, this one's coming along. He kind of looks like he's yelling or talking. Like I said, I think the one that Leonardo da Vinci did, he looks more like he's yelling. I think mine's getting ready to talk. He's like, what happened? And the other one's screaming like a parent at a sporting event because their kid got fouled out. And they're mad at the ref. That's what I was more going toward. Mine just looks kind of shocked. Like, what happened? Then I think the next thing he will do is yell. So, maybe I'll do another one of these later, and maybe I can get him to look more like he's yelling. And that's my hope.